Hey everybody, it's Susan, and welcome back to another video. So glad you could make it. And today, I'm going to be showing you how to set yourself up for success for your Thanksgiving Day festivities. So come along with me, and I'll show you how I get ready for Thanksgiving. Hey everybody, it's Susan here, and welcome back. Today I'd like to tell you how to set yourself up for success on Thanksgiving. As long as you do a little bit of prep, Thanksgiving can go off extremely smooth, and you won't be frazzled because you'll know exactly what you need to do for each phase of Thanksgiving. So come on along with me. Let me show you how I set up my Thanksgiving so I get everything accomplished and I get everything done at the same time. I've already done one video on how to time manage your time, but let me show you what I do the week before to make sure that you set yourself up for success when it comes to cooking your Thanksgiving meal. And if you saw my first video, you will know what this is. This was my old time frame as far as my time management on what I do before Thanksgiving. I have it laid out to where I have everything that I need to make on Wednesday. And then I have everything that I'm going to make on Thursday morning, and of course the times that I put them in the oven and how long they take to cook. If you saw that in my first video, you know where this is going, because I redid it and made a brand new one to where you can see exactly where everything is, what the temp is, the start time, how long it takes to prep, or the prep start time that is, how long it takes to prep, what time to put it in the oven or start it on the stovetop, and then how long it'll take to cook. So this helps tremendously in the morning or during the day whenever you're doing Thanksgiving to get you started and stopped at the same time, so everything will be nice and warm and you won't have any cold food unless it's supposed to be cold. Of course, you need a little behind the scenes prep to get everything done easily and quickly. And what I normally like to do is get all of my recipes and take them out of my binder. That way I can go ahead and match up what needs to go with what so I can get them made and I have everything together. So this one right here needs granulated sugar, which is there. I don't have to get it out. Milk, all-purpose flour, vanilla extract, which I have right here. And basically what I'll do is look down the recipe and see what all I need to get out, like the pecan halves. And the shell is in the freezer. I have to get that out the day on Wednesday. But go ahead and get what matches with the recipe that I can go ahead and put together with it. That way it's bundled together. That way I know this goes in this recipe, and then I can do for the next recipe the same way. And like I said, whenever it comes to the day before, you're probably going to be making all your sweets, your goodies, your pies the day before. And again, I get the pumpkin pie spice that I make, the cinnamon sugar, and carnation evaporated milk. And I put all this together and then set it to the side, or at least as much of it as I could get together. That way you know if you need anything that you don't have for each recipe, you know exactly what you need because you've got it laid out by the recipe. And this is whenever I normally utilize my spare bedroom. I have a bed that I set the recipe and everything on. I just basically load it up and take it into the bedroom. I usually put it in a plastic like Walmart bags. And that's where it sits until I actually need to cook with it. Because whenever it comes to pies, a lot of the things in my pies also go in a few things on Thanksgiving morning. So I'll show you how that goes. And here's the recipe for my sweet potato casserole. And I'll basically go through and look to see what I need, what's in the fridge. I'll leave in the fridge, but make sure that I have enough. I've got 2 eggs. I need evaporated milk, and I'll go ahead and pull out the dish that I'm going to be cooking it in. And go ahead and lay the recipe in the back of it, and then put the items that it calls for that I can get out in the container, like my pumpkin pie spice, my cinnamon sugar. That way you have everything together in their container, and you don't have to go hunting for it. And again, as you do each one, you know, you count how much butter you need to make sure you've got enough butter. the chopped pecans, right there they are. So I would put this and the 2 yams and the pecans together in my bedroom and have them ready and set to go on Thanksgiving morning whenever I need to make my sweet potato casserole. So like I said, it makes it easy, it makes it simple, and I do need the vanilla, so I would be putting this in there too. So it makes it easy, it makes it simple. You just need to put all your stuff together, and I go ahead and designate the bowl, the baking dishes it's going to be in. That way I don't have to think about it on Thanksgiving morning. I just bring it into the kitchen, because like I said, I put it in my spare bedroom, and then I've got everything together that I need for this recipe. And because of this time schedule, I know what time sweet potato casserole is going to be a temperature of 330. I need to start my prep time at 11:30. It takes 30 minutes to prep, and 12 o'clock is whenever I need to put it in the oven for 40 minutes. So see, that makes it so much simpler when you have it all together. And for my items that I cook on the stove, I go ahead and get the pot I'm going to use and just put it inside the pot. I use this roasted turkey gravy along with the turkey drippings from in the roaster pan. Now this is my grandmother's roaster pan. Big old black and white spotted thing that I use and put my turkey in. And whenever I get the turkey done, I use all the drippings in the pan to put in the gravy. But I go ahead and put this in its pot, and that way I know this is for this and it's already together, and I just bring it into the kitchen, usually the night before Thanksgiving. That way I've got them all lined up on the counter here in order of when I'm supposed to start them or prep them, or put them down the side of my counter so I've got plenty of room to work with. And green beans, of course, is another thing that I have on Thanksgiving. And I go ahead and find them a pot to go in, and I set them there. That way you've got everything laid out and easy. And like I said, if you kind of put them in order on your ledge that you're going to be cooking them, it makes it easy to start on Thanksgiving morning. That way you won't be so frazzled. And just remember, make as many things as you can the day before. Like I said, the pies, the deviled eggs, the dips, the broccoli salad, banana pudding, key lime pie. All of that is made the day before. So that's less you have to make the day of. And if you're usually the main one making Thanksgiving, see if someone else will bring something. This year, my daughter is bringing the baked mac and cheese from my recipe. That way I don't have to worry about making that one less thing I've got to do Thanksgiving morning. So that's always a good thing. If someone wants to make sweet potato casserole or green bean casserole, which we don't like green bean casserole, so green beans is what we normally eat. But, or if they want to make the dressing, you've got my grandmother's Nanny's dressing recipe out there that is amazing if you like dressing instead of stuffing, which it is so good. Got to try it. But, see if someone will help with the prep or help and make something and bring it to your house. That way you don't have to do as much. If you do have a list of stuff you do need to make because you're the main one cooking, plan your time wisely. Make sure you get as much done the day before as you can. Make sure that you have all of your flow laid out as far as the cooking that you're going to do the next day, laid out in order. That way you know which thing starts first, what thing you have to prep, that kind of thing. And also make sure that you have all of your utensils and plates and cups and whatever else you might need to start. Because we do basically a cafeteria line, because I usually have so much it goes all the way around the counters and over the washer and dryer, because we just don't have enough counter space in this little bitty kitchen. So I make sure I have everything laid out to where it's basically bam, 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 go down the line, get all your stuff. Drinks are in one area, desserts are in another little area. That way we have everything ready to go. I hope this helped you to figure out how you can better utilize not only your time, but make sure that you are less stressed on Thanksgiving morning. I've gave you lots of tips and tricks that I use to make it as smooth as I possibly can go on Thanksgiving, because I don't like to be wondering, what am I supposed to be doing? When is it supposed to go in? What's the temperature supposed to be? And I looking all over for pots and pans. I'm not that type person. I want to have it all organized, laid out, and ready to go with everything together. That way it makes it easy whenever I start to actually cook the item. I hope that you've enjoyed this. I hope it gave you some inspiration to get ready for that Thanksgiving dinner. And if this is your first time cooking it, it's not that hard. Just give it a try. We all did it at one time. And then once you do it and you start doing it on a regular basis, you'll see it isn't as intimidating as you think. And the food is always good, no matter what, because it's Thanksgiving. If you haven't already, please subscribe. We would love it if you would become a part of our channel's family. And if you have any questions that you'd like to ask me about prep or about Thanksgiving meal, or anything to do with the organization, either one, just comment me down below. I would love to answer your questions and get back to you as quickly as I can, because I love to talk with my subscribers. Until next time, see you then. Please like, subscribe, follow, comment, share, and ring that bell so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos.